What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another video. So I'm gonna be doing the Candace Owen, a short history of slavery. Guys, I know there's a lot of comments and a lot of feedback on this video. Okay, this might going to be my first time checking it out for myself and to listen to what she has to say. Okay, guys, yes, so if you're new here, welcome to the channel, and I hope you subscribe before you leave, guys. So there's a lot of back and forth on history of slavery and who started and who ended, and so let's check this one out.
And now for a brief history of slavery. Here's the first thing you need to know. Slavery was not invented by white people. It did not start in 1619 when the first slaves came to Jamestown. It existed before then. It did not start in 1492 when Columbus discovered the New World. In fact, when the intrepid explorer landed in the Bahamas, the native Taino tribe hoped that he would help them defeat their aggressive neighbors, the Caribs. The Caribs enslaved the Taino and, on occasion, served them for dinner. Slavery existed in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. The word slave actually comes from the Slavs of Eastern Europe. Millions of them, all white by the way, were captured and enslaved by Muslims in the 9th century and later by the Ottoman Turks. Slavery existed when the Roman Empire controlled the Mediterranean and most of Europe from the 1st through the 5th centuries. Slavery existed when Alexander the Great conquered Persia in the 4th century BC. It was so common that Aristotle simply considered it natural. The slave master model was just how the world operated in the great philosopher's day. Slavery existed during the time of the ancient Egyptians 5,000 years ago.
So you see from this video, what she's actually saying is like slavery has nothing to do with white people. It all went back to the African countries, the Caribbean countries, all the other countries. They had slave. They were enslaving people. They were enslaving each other, their neighbors and stuff like that. So it all went back.
As far back as we can go in human history, we find slavery.
Wow.
As renowned historian John Steele Gordon notes from time immemorial, slaves were a major item of commerce. As much as a third of the population of the ancient world was enslaved. Here's the second thing you need to know. White people were the first to formally put an end to slavery. In 1833, Britain was the first country in the history of the world to pass a Slavery Abolition Act. They were quickly followed by France, who in 1848 abolished slavery in her many colonies.
Wow.
Then, of course, came the 13th Amendment in the United States Constitution. After centuries of human slavery, white men led the world in putting an end to the abhorrent practice. That includes the 300,000 Union soldiers, overwhelmingly white, who died during the Civil War.
So what I can't understand is that where did the all white people enslaved black people came from in the first place? That's what I can't understand, because from every other thing that you're being told now, and everyone looking up on history and stuff like that, you're being told different from what you have been always been taught about white enslaving the black. And you know, they capture, they rape, they slave, they do all this, they do all that. But then now coming up on history in a different light, being enlightened in a different way, you find out that all that you were taught, it was a lie. That the history that you were taught is far different from what you're being told now. Like, it's so strange. Where did all that came from in the first place? I'm wondering, like, I don't know.
During the Civil War. Now, am I saying that this makes white people better than anyone else? Of course not. My purpose here is to simply tell the truth, and the truth is that human history is complicated.
It is
No one,
complicated.
regardless of skin color, stands guiltless. Yet today we are never told to consider the murderous Persian Empire or the cannibalism of indigenous tribes of North and South America or the heinous actions under the imperialistic Muslim, Chinese, Mongol, or Japanese empires, to name just a few. Instead, we're told that slavery is a white phenomenon. And like all persistent lies, this lie spawns a bunch of other lies. On social media, I come across extraordinary depictions about how Africans lived like pharaohs before Europeans came and laid waste to their paradise. I wish any of this were true, but it's not. It's a fantasy. The truth is that Africans were sold into slavery by other black Africans, and in many cases, sold for items as trivial as gin and mirrors.
What?
Whites didn't go into the interior and round up the natives. They waited on the coast for their black partners to bring them black bodies. The stark reality is that...
Did she say they wait on them to bring them back black bodies? Did you all hear that?
is that our lives had very little value to our ancestors. Here's the third thing you need to know. If you think slavery is a relic of the past, you're wrong. There are some 700,000 slaves in Africa today, right now. That's the lowest estimate that I could find. Other sources say there are many more. For context, that's almost twice as many slaves as were ever brought to the United States. Child soldiers, human trafficking, forced labor, these are the conditions that currently exist within the same sub-Saharan region where the transatlantic slave trade originated. African bodies are being sold today like they were sold then, and no, they are not being purchased by any country of white men. In fact, slavery, by any traditional definition, is exclusively practiced today within non-white countries. But we hear almost nothing about that. Just like we hear nothing about how slavery was universal until good people in Europe and America ended it 2 centuries ago. Why? Because our so-called leaders, black and white, wouldn't profit from it. Black victimhood is nothing if not profitable. It elects politicians and funds racial grievance groups. And if black Americans began to view themselves as partners in the American dream, if we embraced the patriotic spirit that holds all men are created equal, the patriotic spirit that is our real heritage, then the race hustlers would soon be out of business. And who wants that? I'm Candace Owens, author of Blackout for Prager University.
This video enlightened me a lot. Wow, it's a short video, but there's a lot that was said in this video. I'm not gonna lie, the things that she put across to you, the way or you were taught and stuff, and the enlightenment that she bring across to you differently. Okay, like she said, it's going on now in African country. Okay, she said it's going on now, and it being kept in a certain light because of the whole profit thing. They wouldn't make a profit from it. She even touched on the point on social media, things that are bring across in social media. All right, and she's right. She's right about those stuff that is portrayed on the media about slavery and stuff like that, and things that are kept in the dark about it as well. All right, so it's just really sad. It's really, really, really sad to hear this, to listen to things like this, and to really think about it, and to know that, like, oh, these are things that happened before, or if what she's saying about them going on now, like, wow, it's really going on now. People are still living in fear of their life. People are still living like that. They are doing this to their own brothers and sisters, and Because I consider everyone brothers and sisters. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. If you get a cut, what do you see? Blood, and it's red. We all have to pee, go to the bathroom, everything. Doesn't matter what color or race you are. We are all one. We are all same because our whole body go through the same process in life. Why can't we spread more love? Why can't we love each other? Why can't we do what's right? Why do we have to enslave each other or even cause each other or kill each other, like rob each other? Like, let's stop. I'm getting all right up those thinking about things like this. Like, you know, it's so sad. It's so sad, and it hurt my cold bump full in me. It just hurt me to know that these things are things that, you know, it's out there. It's out there. It's just too sad upon us all, you know. We need to look out for each other more. It's not right to enslave somebody or to treat somebody a certain way. It's just not right. God, I'm getting so hot and bothered thinking about this video, just listening to what was said. Like, I catch you guys in another reaction, guys. Bye.